I always mull it over in my head. I'm like, oh, I wish I got into like martial arts at a younger age.
Yeah, same here.
And like, and not even like got into a young age and being more focused on a young age, because ADD as hell. I was so distracted, I barely learned. Like, if I were to look back, I think it would have been better for me to spar at a younger age. I should have got into jiu-jitsu or, probably jiu-jitsu, or honestly, Muay Thai would really humble me. Get my ass kicked. I get my ass whooped. But yeah, like I think if I had gone into something more specific,
when did you start?
Probably Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
When did you start bobbing down?
Year 3 or year 4. But I was very like, and that's the thing. I took away just the basics from it. Like, I can throw a good, like not the perfect, hardest, strongest roundhouse kick. I wish I could, but I can throw a good roundhouse kick. I can throw, well kicks, high kicks, low kicks, whatever. That's the certain stuff that you have to like learn. You know what I mean? Like, if you're doing martial arts, when it comes to like fighting and sparring, anyone who can do a kick has to have trained. But I'm pretty sure you cannot kick if you haven't been taught how to kick. Everyone knows how to punch. Even then, people who don't even know how to punch are punching wrong anyways. I feel like I punch wrong quite often because punching isn't my strong suit. But yeah, so I at least know the mechanics of a kick. I think that when I was younger, maybe if we're talking about like what I wish I'd done when I was younger to make me useful for MMA. Yeah. I think I wish I would have gotten into either boxing or Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu early, or Muay Thai. Maybe not Muay Thai. I feel like maybe Muay Thai there's a level of like needing to be more mature for that. Like, I know, you say that, but then the people who get most success in that, they do it when they're young to condition the bones too. It's interesting. Like, if I had kids,
this is the environment. I think. Yeah. Like they are good role models in Muay Thai.
It's not even. Well, it's the exercises they have to do.
Yeah.
Like, the part of practice of Muay Thai is conditioning your shins.
Okay.
Like, so they'll smash their knock on their shins and stuff like that. And they're training. They always kick from a young age. You're kicking each other and stuff.
Yeah.
Doing leg kicks on each other. Crazy. But if I had kids, I would want them to start with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, because it's just the best.
That's like grappling.
Yeah.
Grappling, right?
My understanding is like the good most like at the foundation martial arts. It's great. Obviously, I'm regurgitating things that I've heard from other people who are professionals. I'm not a professional, but things like, for example, in a fight, right? If someone puts their fist up, I can run. But if someone grabs you,
you know how to get out of it.
You need to know how to get out of it.
Yeah.
All right. Or you can grab someone. So
yeah.
If someone goes to punch you, well, the thing in the street, you're always gonna run, right? Because at the end, we're doing sports for the athletic and the competition. We're not doing it. And self-defense is self-defense. That's if I have no choice. But in a fight, if you put your fist up, I'm just gonna run, bro. Like, because first of all, I don't want to fight, so I'm gonna run.
Yeah.
You can stand there and throw punches. But if I have to fight you and you're gonna put your fist up and punch me, if I do jiu-jitsu, I can just grab you.
Mm-hmm.
So jiu-jitsu first, like if I had kids, right? But if I'm talking someone who, okay, I wanted like the result to be MMA, then probably a level of boxing and Muay Thai at the start, because that's for the kicking and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure maybe either karate or taekwondo. One of those. I'm more big on like the Asian martial arts, because obviously I'm Asian. I like to rep that. But I want to like have like a nice amalgamation of those, because with the taekwondo you get the good kicks, like in a sense of like when I say MMA, I mean like when it comes to kicks, people say the taekwondo kick on its own isn't that great, and can't really like, and it takes a certain level of skill to be able to actually use it effectively in MMA, because I think it's a side kick. A lot of people like it's I mean, even like I suppose if you maybe basketball is the same, but when you with martial arts where people discuss different moves, there's always theory. Everyone has their opinion. Everyone has what works best for them, what they feel works better. Like you have a lot of like I know one guy I watch. He teaches a lot of stuff that I'm very into. Things like how to throw strikes while you're walking backwards, right? How to slip, how to move so you don't get hit. He will say side kicks are shit. Like for me personally, when I'm sparring, I like throwing like a close side kick. Obviously, I know you don't do much sparring stuff, things like that. You're more of a basketball thing. Why didn't you get into martial arts when you were young, Asian boy?
Parents never brought it up. I never brought it up either. Yeah, I mean,
You
I
watched
watched
up
Jackie
Jackie
Chan, all
Chan.
that. Yeah, I was all Jackie Chan, all that kind of stuff. But like, yeah,
But-
we still never. My parents never brought up like, no,
Our
like,
generation's Jackie Chan, not Bruce Lee.
nah.
Yeah, our
Jackie Chan.
generation ain't Bruce Lee. Like, no, big respect to Bruce Lee. It's just
Yeah,
that
for sure.
a lot of obviously big respect for Bruce Lee, but I think too many people talk Bruce Lee like they know Bruce Lee. Me, maybe included, maybe some part in my time in my past. Now I only talk about Bruce Lee about what I do know Bruce Lee, but I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't know Bruce Lee like someone who was growing up during the time, like someone who was our age or even younger than us. Why he was like becoming famous and stuff.
I think that's for the generations in like the 70s or 80s.
Yeah, that's a different time ahead.
Yeah,
because
bro.
I've heard stories like he did big thing for Asian community, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, before I heard a joke like,
Yeah.
before then Asian people were timid. Suddenly Bruce Lee comes around.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah. Asian guy don't even know how to fight. He just knows how to look. Like, hiya.
Just make the was that Joey Diaz or something? Was
Yeah,
like,
Joey Diaz.
just make that noise and then the
Oh,
guys will run away.
I
bro.
was different
Like,
comedian. Actually, a few comedians run that joke. That's a joke I'd love to run. I think David. So his one is when you see a grown adult trying to pretend that he's a tiger, acting like a tiger and a praying mantis, you're like, oh, that's crazy.
don't want to fuck with that, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, you're 28 and you're trying to pretend to be a tiger. I'm not playing. I'm not playing
Yeah,
this
bro.
game. And then you got this other comedian. I forgot his name, but he's got a good one. The joke goes, so people underestimate Asians, right? He's a black dude. He's talking about how people underestimate Asians.
Yeah.
No, but if you hear the Asian go, I don't want any chabo. That's your first warning, man. Run. But of course, you got to say something racist. Got to call him racist name, Jackie Chan. You know what I mean? I'll say it again. I don't want any chabo. Next thing you know, round one, fight, and you know now you've got problems because listen, if you're Asian, you gotta do martial arts, guys. Come on, like we co-signed that, like put us on the map. Now we're like the UFC's taking over and like all these guys are just killing it, but come on. In fact, you know what? I always root for the Asian when I'm watching UFC. They don't always win. Sometimes, but they just go. So I mean, fuck. I feel like the talk. I started this conversation going, dodgeball. Let's have the dodgeball. Full martial arts,
Martial arts, yeah. Yeah, I was never like exposed to martial arts that much. Like most of my family friends never did martial arts, or like they did it, but they didn't like advertise it themselves. Like, oh yeah, I do martial arts. Oh yeah, I do taekwondo kind of thing. It's like that kind of thing. Cause, like,
I do basketball. I'll throw a ball in your face. Funny you mentioned that because you saying that opens up a very good thing for me to touch on, which is when I was younger, I remember like I had a family friend take me to the martial arts that I do, Vietnam, and they were kind of like, oh yeah, he's hyperactive, so just get him to do push-ups. And from then on, boom, I was treated a certain way.
yeah.
And mind you, wasn't unfounded. Like I was definitely hyperactive. I was definitely high energy and stuff. But yeah, I wasn't taken seriously. So it was more of a level like he's just here to. He's got ADHD. He's here to spend his energy. He's here to like So yeah, I remember that scene so vividly. When my uncle just like just get him to do push-ups.
Bro, yeah.
But my relationship with martial arts is interesting because it's like the experience has been, and it's not anyone to blame. Like it's because of the situation that I'm in. I'm hyperactive. So it's. Yes, having a lot of energy is good for martial arts, but martial arts is also the sport where you need to be disciplined. You're drilling, you're learning something over and over again so you can do it perfectly. There's stance. You got to stand like strong. There's a level of having to. I was like, before high school, even before high school or primary school, just too much energy and just too mature to kind of take that in.
Yep.
And so that was why I've had that side of my relationship. But then I always have the side of, bro, like, you know me. I'm always talking about being Asian. I rep being Asian hard. So it brings a lot of joy to me that the Asians really do co-sign martial arts. I feel like every culture has a little bit something to do with martial arts. But I like that a big prominent... Because in fact, if you actually think about today, all the martial arts that made Asians famous, they're the ones being proven wrong.
proven wrong.
A little bit.
What do you mean by that?
Tai Chi masters, Wushu masters getting getting their ass beat by MMA masters. Not to discredit the sport, the art, martial arts. I don't take that away.
Yeah.
But like these, because then you have those, and then you have the people who claim that they can knock people out and stuff off one move. The whole journey of martial arts is very interesting. But the point being, like now, because I live where I know, okay, these are the martial arts we know are good. They're tried and tested. UFC exists, so we can, again, we're back to martial arts. We can see like what's good and what's not. I see Muay Thai, boom,
Yeah.
Thai. It's a Thailand martial arts, Asian. I want that. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, Brazilian, but inspired from I think judo in Japan, because judo is throwing people to the ground.
Yeah.
Brazilian is taking him to the ground and then submitting. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is that. Then I think they have Japanese Jiu-Jitsu as well. But the point is, see, I like that. I just want to. It's amalgamation of these like respected Asian martial arts. So I have that experience with it, watching it and like admiring and watching action movies. Love the fighting. Love the when either from the movie or from actual competitions, watching the competitiveness in that. And then in my negative experience of martial arts, we can't take away the fact that I was talking about learning kicks and stuff. I learnt, like just like the way that your ability when I was watching yesterday with basketball was how you quickly set up as you shoot, and how like you're very fluid in your movement on the basketball court. For me, I'm not that fluid in sparring because I'm only getting into it probably now, but I'm fluid in, I can throw a kick. I'm fluid in, I can grapple, and I know how to, not that crazy good at grappling, but I can grab and pull and yank and like kind of lock and hold something down.
Do you wear pads while sparring, like shin pads or like?
So shin pads, yes. And gloves, right?
And
And then
100%.
mouth guard. But there's also a level of headgear sometimes involved, but we don't wear headgear anymore. I think because they figured out like headgear is actually not that great. Because like headgear, I feel like the reason why my peeps don't do headgear is because like we assume there's headgear.
There's still that blunt force, right? That blunt force.
That as well, but also when you've got headgear, I'm encouraged to hit you harder now. Because I think it should be fine. I'm just trying to throw like a really hard hit. Yeah. That we all think is okay, but it's still, what you said, blunt force. As opposed to if you don't have headgear on, and I know that you don't, and I'm not trying to hit you hard, I'm just, it's
more susceptible to like skull fracture or some
and
shit, bro.
with shin guard, I think it's obviously we're training, we're sparring. You don't want to break your shins.
Yeah,
but I'm trying to think the cushioning. It's to if both your legs flash, you don't break them. But I'm wondering the cushioning. I suppose maybe the pain. Well, it's also the cushioning. So if my shin hits you in the head, like you don't get hit with the actual bone of the shin.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Pad. Yeah, I guess it's protection for both. I guess. Yeah. Mouth guard, obviously mouth. Do we have there's also chest. There's a chest thing that you can wear as well. But I also don't know why we don't wear that anymore either. But I feel like I'm cool with not wearing the chest thing, because the chest thing, you're just wearing it because you don't want to get winded, you don't want to get uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But it's fighting, like take the hit.